Imagine this for a second. An institution with no army, no borders, no crown, and yet for centuries it outlived kings, ruled empires, and accumulated more wealth than any organization in history. Not through conquest, but through belief. This is the story of how the Catholic Church quietly became the richest and most powerful institution the world has ever seen. After the fall of the Roman Empire, Europe collapsed. Roads crumbled, cities shrank, trade slowed, kings came and went, but one institution remained, the Church. While political power fractured, the Church stayed organized. It kept records, educated elites, preserved law, language, and literacy. And in a world drowning in chaos, stability was priceless. At first, the Church wasn't rich. It was supported by donations, small offerings, land gifts, personal bequests. But over time, something changed. The Church became the safest place to store wealth. Why? Because kingdoms fell. The Church didn't. Nobles donated land to secure their souls. Kings granted privileges to gain legitimacy. Families gave property in exchange for prayers, burials, and salvation. And unlike private land, church property was permanent. It couldn't be divided through inheritance. It couldn't be easily seized. It didn't disappear when a ruler died. Land flowed in, and it never flowed out. Then came tithes, a mandatory contribution, usually 10%, paid by believers, not once, every year. That meant the Church didn't just accumulate assets, it generated continuous income, centuries before modern taxation, centuries before corporations. The Church had recurring revenue. Next came control of time, holy days, festivals, life events, birth, marriage, death. Every major moment passed through the Church, and every moment came with fees, donations, and obligations. Religion wasn't just spiritual, it was economic infrastructure. The Church also became Europe's largest landowner. Monasteries farmed massive estates. Church lands produced food, wine, wool, and rents. And because clergy didn't marry, wealth stayed centralized. No heirs, no fragmentation, just accumulation. Then there was banking. Officially, charging interest was forbidden. Unofficially, the Church mastered finance. It used intermediaries, contracts, fees. Church institutions stored money, moved funds across borders, and financed rulers. It became a financial network before banks existed. The real genius wasn't gold. It was legitimacy. Kings needed the Church to rule. Without church approval, authority was questioned. So rulers paid, in land, in money, in privilege. The Church didn't need an army. It crowned those who did, over time, this created something unprecedented. An institution richer than nations, independent of borders, protected by belief. When kingdoms defaulted, the Church remained. When dynasties ended, the Church endured. Then came challenges, reformers, revolutions, confiscations. The Church lost land, lost power, but it adapted. It diversified wealth, art, real estate, investments, donations. What couldn't be seized was moved. What couldn't be taxed was protected. Fast forward to today. The Catholic Church still owns vast real estate holdings, priceless art, global institutions, financial assets across continents. Its exact wealth is unknown. That's not an accident. Opacity is power. Here's the real lesson. The Church didn't become rich by accident. It built a system, recurring income, asset permanence, centralized control, moral authority. Those are the same principles behind today's most powerful institutions. Belief creates legitimacy. Legitimacy attracts wealth. Wealth protects power. The Catholic Church didn't just survive history. It engineered permanence. That's why it remains wealthy. That's why it remains influential. And that's why it's still studied. If this changed how you see power and wealth, hit like. Drop a comment with what surprised you most. And subscribe, because we're uncovering the systems that quietly shape the world. See you in the next one.